Hello, y'all. This is Laurie with Laurie Resiliently Crafting. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Welcome. We are in the Hen House and Bloom Company fundraiser event for Miss Mandy with Pumpkins Crafty Creations. I think that's her name. For financial expenses for her surgery that she has to have. So welcome. If by chance you see this little red button right here, you caught me live. If not, just do #replay, and I'll get back to you as soon as the Book of Faces lets me see you. They like to play hide and seek with comments. Why? Is beyond me. I don't know why. But I was just doing a little bit of prep while I was watching Miss Cindy as she was finishing up, and I love that saw blade. I absolutely love it. Hey Cheryl, how you doing, beautiful sister? How you doing? Welcome. And we're just waiting on Cindy to finish up, and then her get her saw auctioned off, and all proceeds will go directly to Mandy for the financial expense of her having to have this procedure done, this surgery done, because insurance is being a butt, and they're not wanting to foot the bill, which blows my mind, because isn't that what insurance is for? That's what I thought. Hey Cheryl, how you doing, sweet friend? How you doing? So I'm just painting my cross here because it's going to need 2 coats. So I wanted to go ahead and put a first coat on. That way we don't have to spend so much time painting it, right? We don't have to spend so much time painting it. And this is a resin cross. My sweet friend sent them to me. Cheryl King, she sent me a whole bunch of resin crosses because she knows I love crosses. I'm doing okay. Hey Joyce, how you doing, sister? You got me shared into the group. Awesome sauce. So let me go over here to my laptop and find it. So we can get started. We had a rough week last week, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw my reel or my post. Wednesday night, our male dog, Deacon, we believe that somebody drove by and threw him some food that had poison in it. And he was one of those dogs that would eat everything. And we didn't realize it until it was too late for us to do anything to get him to the vet or anything like that, and that he had been poisoned. And we lost him about 9 o'clock Thursday night, and we had him for 9.5 years, and it was just really gut-wrenching, to say the least. Not just the fact of losing a dog that you've had for 9.5 years. Thank you, Cheryl. But the fact that Deacon, our male dog, was my grandson's best friend. And you know, everything that he's been going through over the last several years with his mother, he really clinged to the dog, and you know, and dogs can't tell on what's going on. Hey Simone, hey Mary, thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. So we've been having to deal with that, and you know, it's hard when anybody loses a pet, because they're not just pets. They become members of the family, right? They become members of your family. Hey Carol, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank y'all so much for being here. We are in the Hearts and Hands for Mandy. It's a fundraiser event with hosted by the Hen House and Bloom Company. We've had a great lineup so far. Miss Valerie Pick It Up Crafts was on at 9 a.m. Be So Crafty with Brenda was on at 10. At 11 was T's Crafty Ranch with Terry. At 12 was Michelle's Crafty Crafts. At 11 was Miss Ollie herself, Rooster Ridge Sunflower. At 2 was Cindy with C3 Cottage Crafts with Cindy. At 3 is myself, Laurie Resiliently Crafting. Facebook is driving me crazy. When I make a comment, I have to restart your video. Oh my goodness, that is aggravating, isn't it? Hey Nara, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here. After me is Lindell's Craft Escape. At 5 is Nesting by Robin. At 6 is Mickey's Creative Craft Corner. At 7 is Crafty Kitty by Jackie. At 8 is Amy Farrell Art. I love to watch her paint. I love to watch her paint. And at 9, closing aside, is Allison's Accents and Decors. At the end of the live, the last 5 minutes, we are going to auction off our item that we craft, and all proceeds are going to go directly to Mandy. The PayPal link is in the description, so if by chance you win the bid, then you can just go to that link, pay the PayPal, take a screenshot of it, send it to me, and then tomorrow your item will go out in the mail. Hey Stephen, how you doing? You have to be a member of that group to see the other creators that you follow. No, Nara, you do not. You sure do not. You can just stay in that group, be in that group. It's free. And then the next creative that comes on, one of the moderators will share that person into the group, and then you can just watch them from there. Hey Ollie, how you doing? I loved your jars. I was sitting in the doctor's office, y'all. I had to go for a follow-up for my pain management doctor, so yes, it has been an awesome event. It was great yesterday. I was in and out yesterday watching. I didn't get to watch a lot this morning because I had to get ready to go to a doctor's appointment that's an hour away. So, you know, the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock I missed. So I will go back and watch those people. But just remember that the shipping, the creative is taking care of the shipping. So whatever your bid is the amount that you pay. That you will just need to make sure that you take a screenshot of where you made your payment to Mandy with the PayPal link that's in the description. And then you can, once you send that to me or whoever you purchase an item from, once you send that, then we'll get everything lined up so that it will be shipped out to you the next day. Hey Tracy. I know, it's okay, Joyce, it's okay. Welcome, y'all. We appreciate y'all being here. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Hey, Lindell, you getting ready, girlfriend? Lindell is up after me, y'all, so y'all stay in the group. And just, you know, you can catch everybody there. And it looks like my comments are working, and then they're not working, and then they're working, and then they're not working on my laptop. So we're just going to wing it. We're going to wing it, y'all. But anyway, the original theme for this event was either Crafter's Choice or churches. Well, y'all know I love churches, right? I love churches. I love old churches. I love old buildings, anything like that. I love it. Hey, Cultivating Keepsakes. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Make sure y'all sprinkle so that we can get as many people as we possibly can in here. Awesome, Lyndall. Awesome, girl. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I got this board here at the Walmart, and it's a 12 by 16, I believe that's what it was. It might be a 16 by 20, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's 16 by 20. 16 by 20. And I got it from the Walmart because I have this church that I've had for several years. I couldn't find a surface big enough for it. Hey Sue, how you doing? Welcome, girlfriend. Welcome. I hope you like what you see, and you might touch my nose and touch the buttons. The option to give you it will give you the option to like, follow, and turn on your notification. Y'all can also do ! notify, and that is supposed to turn on your notifications so that when I go live, you'll be notified. Thank you, Cheryl. You're so sweet, friend. You're so sweet. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so this is a 16 by 20 board, but we're going to cover it. So I went ahead and painted it with the Waverly Cashew because the paper is not quite big enough, but it's close. It is close. It's like a ½ inch, not big enough on both ends. So we're going to use what we can. And I'm going to scoot that over some. Well, we're going to put this on the board, just like so, okay? And I got this tissue paper from the Hobby Lobby several years ago. couple years ago. I've had it a while. And I think I'm going to use the Waverly Varnish in Matte. So we're going to use that. We're going to use that. Who else likes churches? Who else likes churches? I love a church. I don't know why. I just do. Just like in old barns and old buildings and stuff like that. It's my go-to. It's my go-to. So I am going to cover the board with this varnish, and it's matte. And the reason why I like to use it is because it's true matte. We know that when if you use the matte with the Mod Podge, it still leaves a little bit of a sheen to it. And when I want matte, I want real matte. I don't want half matte. I don't want it semi-gloss. I want it matte, right? So this, I get my matte with it. I love how y'all chit-chat together. I love that. I love that. So we're going to cover this board with this varnish. And it is by Waverly. Ooh, and I'm slinging it everywhere. Slinging it everywhere. So y'all been enjoying the event? I have. What I've been able to watch, like I said, and I got really upset with my doctor's office because my appointment was at 12. And like I said, it's an hour away. So I was thinking I'd be out of there by 1:30 at the latest, and I'd have plenty of time to get back to the house and have everything ready to go, you know, to be on my live. And I'm thinking, I will be so upset if they hem-haw around and don't get to me in time, and it's after 2 o'clock before I leave, and then I'm not able to show up for the event. That would just devastate me. I mean, and anger me to boot. Hey, DK's Designs. How you doing, beautiful? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. You love churches, Simone? I do too. I think they're so neat. You love my shirt? Awesome sauce. It is a Love and Faith t-shirt. I've had it for a couple years. I really like their t-shirts. I've had to put a halt on buying t-shirts and stuff because when my grandson moved in with us, my husband, we have in our master bedroom, we have a pretty large walk-in closet. Well, when he became a pastor, you know, he doesn't just have his regular casual clothes and his work clothes. Then he ended up with having to have pastor clothes. Well, them suits take up a good bit of a room. A good bit of room. So, since we didn't have any kids at the house at the time, I moved all my stuff so that he could have the master bedroom closet to himself because he had so many things. So many, you know, suits and dress shirts, and then his casual clothes and his work clothes and all the things, that I went ahead and moved all my stuff to the other 2 bedrooms in the closet, in my spare bedroom, and then even my crafting room when I had my crafting room in the house. So I moved all my stuff to those 2 rooms in 2 closets. Well, then my grandson moved in with us. And guess what? I lost the closet. So I don't have no space. And I keep telling my husband that, oh my goodness, a love bug flew into my stuff here. All right. So now that we got that on there, we're going to go ahead and lay this on here. See if we can get it on there without it acting crazy. And I kind of want the word grace to be over here to the side so that you can see it. If I can get it up there like I want it. Like I want it. There we go. Oh, my fan's blowing. My fan's blowing. My fan's blowing. I'd rather it be the woods be showing on the bottom half versus the top half. So I'm just going to take my little squeegee here. This came with, I ordered it from Amazon, and it's got a little cup holder or base holder so that when you're using something round, it's got something to lay on so it doesn't roll around on you while you're trying to work on it. And they came together, and I got them off of the Amazon. the Amazoner, because you know sometimes when you do a bottle or a vase or something like that and it's got a little bit of roundness to it, it doesn't want to lay still, it wants to move around. But this little squeegee came with that thing, and I was like, oh, I like that. I like that squeegee because it's got felt on it, so it's real soft. Hey Elizabeth, how you doing? Hey Cindy, I love your saw blade, girl. I love old saws too. I do. I got several of them. In fact, one of them I painted my home address on it, and then painted a little watering can and then some flowers on it. It's hanging on my back porch. My daughter seen it one day and she was like, "Oh, I like that. I want you to do that." I said, "Well, buy me a saw and I'll do one for you." Well, I ain't never seen the saw, so she ain't got one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, my tissue paper got wet. You can't even tell. You can't even tell. And these what wrinkles are in here will be able to fade away once we put the heat to it, y'all. The only thing bad about tissue paper, it is delicate. It's worse. Tissue paper is almost worse than napkins. And napkins can be pretty delicate. And then again, they can be pretty tough too. It just all depends on how rough you are with them. Alright, so we got that. Looks like we got that on there. I got a couple little spots right here that the adhesive done dried. So we're just gonna go back over it and lay it back down. I can keep from hanging up on it. Just make sure we got them real good. Got it real good. Right there. Okay. Got a spot right here. And it's just where it's dried. I got my fan on and it's drying it before I'm able to get it on there. A spot right here too. Just go back over it. Alright. Alright, I think we're done with that. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I do. Okay, so now we're going to take our little heat tool here and we're going to rub where there's any wrinkles on this tissue paper, and they should just come right on out. Usually they do. But you'll be able to tell when it's starting to dry because it will get light like the original color of the tissue paper. Ooh, that's warm. But I could also let me grab a little Ziploc bag here. I got a bag full of Ziploc bags. Bag full of Ziploc bags. Okay, that's better. That way my fingers aren't gonna cause it to tear. Not gonna cause it to tear. We don't want it to tear anymore. You already got one little spot, but you can't even tell where I tore it. You can't even tell where I tore it now. Can't even tell. And just run your fingers over the areas that got a little bit of wrinkles or creases in it. Just run your finger back over top of that where with the heat, and it just pushes them right on out. It just pushes it right on out. Pushes it right on out. And the heat, while you're putting it on there, reactivates any of that glue that might have dried. Just make sure we get all these little creases and wrinkles out of there. And I'll show you what we're going to do here in just a second. Ooh, it's hot. That little heat tool's hot. You wouldn't think this little thing is little and mighty. It's little and mighty. Hey Carol, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? I've seen all y'all on all the videos. I have. I've been, like I said, I was at the doctor's office earlier. I had to go in for my my 3-month follow-up, you know, so he could update my meds and all the things. And I was watching, and he just kept looking at me because I had my earbud on and I still had the video on, and he was just talking to me, and I was like, but I was watching too. I was like, yeah, well, sorry, Doc. You want to make me sit in here for an hour before you get your butt in here to see me? I'm still going to listen to my crafters. I'm going to listen to my crafters, whether you like it or not. He'll get over it, right? Okay. All right. Okay. We're done with that. So let's put that over there. So now we're going to sand off these edges. Sand off these edges. Whoop. We need a piece with paper on, sandpaper on it, don't we? There we go. So if y'all don't like the noise of sand, if you got earbuds in, mute me for just a minute. Mute me for just a minute. It won't take long. It's like I said, it's tissue paper, so it don't take hardly nothing to sand it off, and it gives it such a clean cut, clean look. Comes off very easy, very, very easy. Hey Lena, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here, and I know Mandy does, as well as Ollie and all the moderators that help out Miss Ollie with this group. I think I shot kudos to all of them, because it is a job to be a moderator, to run an event, to host an event, any of those things. All those people that do these events, I mean, really and truly, y'all are a blessing. Okay, so this is what our board looks like so far. What our board looks like so far. So far, so good. I'm going to set this over here to the side. We're going to let it dry some more on its own. And we're going to get started on our church. All right, I need to sand that right there, because that's where they had a, I got this church from Peacocks, woodworking cutouts. I got this probably 3-4 years ago, and I've had it in my stash, and I'm like, something's gonna come up that I'm gonna need that. And guess what? Hey Monica, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Let me grab a pair of gloves, because we're going to stain this, but I'm not using the Waverly wax. I am going to use Dixie Belle. I am going to use Apple Barrel. Hey, Mischief Manners Creations. Hey, Tanya. How you doing, beautiful? We are using the Apple Barrel Burnt Umber. And we're going to stain this piece here, as well as the pieces that are going on the outside of it. So we're going to put a bunch in here, and we're going to water it down. We're going to water it down, and we're going to use it like a stain. Okay, we're going to use it like a stain. Let me grab a little stick over here. I'm just going to mix it up. Put the water with the paint, and we're going to use it like a stain, y'all. You love the church, Elizabeth? Well, I like it too, but I'm just looking at it, and I was like, it needs something. Well, I piddled with it and messed with it for probably an hour and a half yesterday to getting it where I actually liked it yesterday. And I was like, well, that's what we're going to do. Because by itself, it's kind of plain. You know, it's just kind of plain Jane by itself. So we are going to, like I said, we are going to stain this. So let me grab a couple baby wipes here. Because we're going to use the baby wipe method to stain this. Hey, Karen, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that does the sprinkle. You know, that's S-H-A-R-E, that word that the Book of Faces don't want us to use, which don't even make no sense to me at all. But, you know, what do I know? What do I know, right? So we are going to stain this church with this burnt umber and get it good and brown up underneath it, because we're going to crackle it, y'all. Well, not crackle it. We're going to chippy it up. We're going to make it look old and rustic, because I love old, vintage, rustic churches. I love them. They just got so much character, and I think to myself when I see one, I think, man, if those walls could talk, what a story they would have to tell, right? What a story they'd have to tell. You know, we all got stories to tell. And the older we are, the more stories we got, right? We're gonna get this stained up, and then we're gonna stain the pieces that I've got to go with it, to the trim and the doors and all the things. And we're going to wax it down, and we're gonna do some chippy crackle, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna make it look old and vintage. We're gonna make it look old and vintage, because that's the kind of churches I like. I like them. I like them a lot. Okay. Alright. Get some more back up here. Lightening up as it's drying. Lightening up as it's drying. I'm going to get it good and dark, because I want that dark color to come back through when we antique it up. Okay. Alright, so there's our church. So now we got a brown church, right? So I had gone ahead and taken some of these jumbo craft sticks, tongue depressors, whatever you want to call them. I have taken them and cut them down to size, and we're going to stain them as well. We're going to stain them as well. We're going to use these. This is going to be the trim on the church, on the roof line and all the things. And then we've got a couple pieces here that are the doors that we're going to do. And then I've got little window sills that we're going to do under the windows. It's going to be cute. I think it's going to be cute. I really do. I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like. This is the door. This is one of the doors that we're going to do. Take some of the excess back off, because you don't need all that extra. Don't need all that extra. Door. There's another eave. So did y'all have a good weekend this past weekend? Everybody have a good weekend? Like I said, it was kind of a depressing weekend, because, you know, when you have your pet for 9 years, 9.5 years, and you're used to him being around, and he was a barker. He barked at everything. I mean everything. And then all of a sudden he's not there. And my female bulldog, she's not a barker. When she did bark, back when he was still around, it was like she barked to instigate him, to get him started, or to run him up, make him run him off to steal a bone that he was eating or whatever. Thank you, Lindale. Thank you, thank you. It is a Love and Faith t-shirt. Love and Faith. I've had it a couple years. Well, several years. Probably 3 or 4 years. But there's one thing I can say about the Love and Faith t-shirts. They are good quality, and they last a good long time. Well, that's one way to stain it. Just drop it in the paint, right? One way to do it, just drop it in the paint. Okay, let's see. I also want to do the little window sills. Let me grab them. I'm going to stain them as well. Stain them as well. Hey, Christina. Christine. I always want to call you Christina. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do. I'm trying to pick these up without making a mess on the other item. Here we go. Now let's slide this back on. Slide this back on. My hands done got sweaty, and they don't want to go up in there. My hands done got sweaty, and I got the air on. It is a humid 88 today here in South Georgia. What y'all's temperature like where you're at? I heard a couple people say it, like Michelle, she was talking about it was getting up in the 90s today. I was like, ooh. I'm in South Georgia, and it's not 90 yet. Thank goodness. Because once it starts, it don't stop. Once it starts, it don't stop. Okay. I think that's all of it. I think that's all of it. So let's get this off throw that away. Let me grab a paper towel and wipe the sweat off my brow because it's hot and I got my air conditioner wide open. But when I don't leave it on full air all night long and all the things, I usually, when I leave it on, but I turn it up, you know, so the temperature's not as cold. I will put this, I'm going to put this right back over here just so I don't spill it, and I'll put it back in my jar later. Okay, so here is our trim pieces that we're going to use. Make sure I got the right sides done. I think I painted the wrong sides. Well, we can flip them over, can't we? Yep. Okay, here we go. Never mind, never mind. It's 92. Need rain desperately. Yeah, we got a good bit of rain. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. It rained like 3.5 days. And we ended up getting about 4 inches of rain, which was fantastic. Okay, I am going to take the Behr clear wax, and that's what we're going to use on putting it on our church so that we can get the chippy effect. Okay. Hey, Amy, Dagny Hollis Design by Amy. Good afternoon. Thank you for sharing the love. Hey, Tracy's Cat Crafts. It's 88 and humid in Northwest Tennessee. Well, it's 88 and humid here, too. It is. It is really humid today. I'm hoping we get some rain, but whether we do or we don't, I don't know. There's none in the forecast, so I'm assuming we're not going to get any. But it would be nice, you know, when it's warm like this, it's like all you want to do is get cooled off. And the rain seems to cool it off, and then the heat comes back, right? Then the heat comes back. All right, now, let me see. What am I going to use to put it on with? Let me grab a chippy brush. Let me grab one of these Dollar Tree chippy brush things. Now, I am going to put it in different places, but I'm not going to put it everywhere because we still want our stuff to when I glue it on, we want it to stick, right? We want it to stick. So I'm not going to put it everywhere. I'm going to kind of judge where my windows and all the things are going to go and not put it there. We're going to see. We're going to see. But I want it to chip up. I do. And I seen Michelle using the clear wax, and I said, well, you know what? I haven't used the clear wax yet. I've used candle wax, but I've never used the actual clear wax. So we're going to try it. Hey, Beverly, how you doing, beautiful? It's 82 and humid in Long Island, New York. And that's strange that it's 90 degrees in Massachusetts and it's 82 in New York. It's just strange the way things have been working with the temperatures lately. Weather has been cuckoo bananas. Cuckoo bananas. Hey, Laurel, how you doing? Laura, I'm sorry. And I'm parched today, y'all. I'm parched. Okay, so now that we got our wax on there, I am going to paint over it with Dixie Belle. Y'all know this is my favorite. Is the drop cloth. The drop cloth. If I can get it open. If I can get it open. And I got it open. Yay! Let me take a seat here. Pull this up. Let me grab a paintbrush. A paintbrush. Is that the one I want? I think so. I think so. Oh, take a seat. Take a seat for a minute. Take a load off. Take a load off, right? So we are going to use the Dixie Belle drop cloth on our church and see what we get. See what we get. Now I am going to take the paint all the way over, even though the I didn't put the wax over there, but it's okay because it will stick. My glues will stick with just the paint. It's with the wax that it won't. It will the wax will keep the glue from adhering properly. which is tricky. It's 89 in Mississippi. Oh my goodness. Feels like 95. Oh my goodness. Yeah, summer is rearing its ugly head, isn't it, y'all? It is rearing its ugly head. Summer is on its way. Ready or not, it's coming. It's coming. It is. And I have done got where I can't handle the heat. I've had heat stroke several times, and I just cannot handle the heat. So it's got where I don't even like the summer months anymore, because it gets so hot and humid down here, you can't even catch your breath if you're outside. And I can't handle it anymore. You know, one of those things of getting old, your body says, nope, I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. You can forget that. And I used to be a sun bunny. I used to love to lay out in the sun and be out in the sun and all the things. But since I've gotten older and have had those heat strokes, I just cannot handle the heat. And my husband can look at me and tell when I've been out there too long. He'll like, get in the house. You bright red, get in the house. I'm like, okay. But he can see it before I even feel it. He can see it. But he's just that in tune. We've been married long enough that you kind of get in tune to your spouse, your partner, you know. You know what's going on with them before they even do. Y'all like that? Those of you that's been married a while, y'all like that? I know we are. I had a cancer treatment. I can't handle the cold anymore. Right? I know, Amy, don't say nothing real loud. They might hear you. We don't want them to go away. We don't. Hopefully they got that glitch worked out. Mine's working too. Knock on wood. We're knocking on the wood. We want it to stick around, right? Alright, let's dry this up. Let's dry it up and see what it's going to do. Let's see what it's going to do. Yeah, the cold, I can handle the cold. In fact, when the cold weather gets here in South Georgia, I do not complain about the cold weather at all when we have the cold, because we have a lot more hot days than we do cold days here in South Georgia. And I was born and raised in New England, so I'm used to the cold. But now I've been here longer than I was up there, so now it's like, well, you know, my body does what. And for a long time, when it got cold down here, it was like, because it's a different kind of cold in the South. Hey, Doodle Denise, how you doing, sister? How you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Hope they're not driving you cray-cray at work. But it used to be when I'd get cold, it would go straight to the bone, and then I couldn't get warm. And I was like, what in the world? I was born and raised in this cold. You'd think I'd be able to handle it better. But I just would not agree. Just did not agree with me. But then I got where the cold wasn't bothering me so much, but the heat, oh my word. Yeah, the heat is just brutal. How you doing, Denise? How you doing, sister? Hope you're having a good day at work and all the things. Okay, I think I'm not going to go back over it with another coat. Just because, you know, we want it to look old and chippy, right? Sorry, y'all. My nose, that live button gets turned on, my nose goes on to running. It's 88 in Central Ohio. Humid there too. Well, it's same temperature in Ohio as it is down here in South Georgia. Yeah. That is weird. We're 1,600 miles away, right? That is really weird. Really, really weird. Usually it's a lot warmer down here in the South than it is up there in the northern states. Usually. Alright, we're going to try with the scraper first and see how it does. Oh, looky there, looky there. And I'm barely putting any pressure on it. Barely putting any pressure on it. So I like the way that wax works. I like it. I like it. And you can see where I didn't put the wax. See right here, I didn't put the wax because that's where our trim is going to go on. And I wanted it, when I glue it on, I wanted it to make sure that it was going to adhere, you know. But you can sure tell where I put the wax. Look at there, look at there. Okay. Who likes Chippy? Who likes Chippy? I love Chippy. Hey, Pat Hill, how you doing, sister? Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you've been feeling good. Hope you've been doing good. I hope you've been doing good. Okay. Look at there. Our church chipped up. Our church chipped up. Oh, thank y'all for them hearts. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I do, I do. All right. Let's get this up so it don't end up everywhere. Get it in the garbage can. Alright, now let's go ahead and start putting our pieces on. We got 20 minutes. So this is what we're doing, y'all. These pieces are gonna go up here like so, just like that. And then these pieces are gonna go down here like so. Like that, okay? And then we've got doors that are gonna go down here like that. Nope, get back over there. Switch them around and do a switch-a-doodle, and there's gonna be our doors. Well, we still got lots to do. We still got lots to do. You love this church? Awesome, Denise. Hey, Sharon, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for sprinkling, Pat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we are going to use some Dollar Tree wood glue, which is, it's a super glue. It's the original super glue, but it's a wood glue. We're going to use it to put our pieces on, okay? So let's do that. And just, hey, Donna's Crafts, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, Mama Todd, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? I love you. I love you, girlfriend. So we're going to use the wood glue as well as a little bit of hot glue. The hot glue is going to be the Hold Me Now, and the wood glue is going to be the permanent hold. Going to be the permanent hold. Let's get this spread out a little bit. We don't want it to goober up, make a mess. We want it to go to the edges. We want the edges. We want the edges. Okay. Wipe it off. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue in there. Come on. And like I said, the hot glue is the Hold Me Now, and the wood glue is the permanent hold. So we'll line that up right there on the edge, and we're going to put it down. I need to stand up, make sure I got it lined up right. Hold it down, hold it down. Okay, we got one side down. One side down. Oh, my glue's leaking. It's leaking out. Okay. Again, we're going to bring it to the edge just so that our edges stick really good. Want the glue to go all the way to the edges so that it sticks really well. We don't want it to come back off. We're going to add some hot glue for the Hold Me right now. The Hold Me Now. think Basement Crafting with Michelle come up with that, the Hold Me Now glue. Yes, thank you, Joyce, for putting that out there. I appreciate that, girl. Whoop. I just slung my doors off, y'all. Slung my doors. Slung my doors off. Oh, crud. Got glue on my pieces that I didn't want glue on yet. Got the glue on the wrong side, even. But it's alright. Yuck. Get a baby wipe, because the stuff is getting everywhere. I'm making a mess, y'all. Y'all make messes when you craft. Hey, Allison. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here, sweet friend. She'll be closing us out tonight. Did you get all your kids home on the bus? Well, yesterday was our last day of school in the regular school system. But now my husband, y'all know that he's an instructor at the college. And it was the first day of a new semester. He was like, look at that. It's the last day of school for the regular kids, and then college, it's a new day of the semester. I'm like, yeah, start all over again. He's like, yeah. Okay, now let's get this one down. Line it right up, right there along the edge. Just like so. Yes, up after me is Lindale's Craft Escape. I'm sure she'll have something fantastic too. She is a fabulous creative. She does not give herself the credit she deserves, and it breaks my heart that she feels like that way. But she does beautiful work. It does. It bothers me that she downs herself as much as she does, because she's a sweet person. She's a good crafter, and whether she thinks so or not, I think she's fabulous. She does not have any self-esteem, by no means. Sometimes that is really sad. But we are our own worst critics. We are. And it's unfortunate, but we are our own worst critics. And somebody else will say something that's gorgeous, and then we think it looks like crud. Well, you are, Lindale. I'm only speaking the truth. I'm only speaking the truth, girlfriend. I'm only speaking the truth. Okay, now let's get our doors on. Let's put our doors on. Let me make sure I got them, because they go like that. Because you put them the other way, then there's a gap. And I cleaned it off before I got done with my doors. What's up with that? Okay. I'm just playing in the glue, y'all. Reminds me of being in school. Playing in the glue. Playing in the glue. Playing in the glue. Okay, we got the wood glue on there, so now let's put the Hold Me Now on there. Hold Me Now. And these are just, my doors are made out of the big jumbo craft sticks, Tonga presses. Yeah, mine have been working too, Lindale. I think maybe, knock on wood, praise God, that they finally got that glitch fixed. Get out tomorrow since I retired after 20 years. You miss the kiddos? You do? I bet you do. I bet you do. Yeah, I know my daughter's mother-in-law, she is a retired teacher, and last time I saw her, I asked her, she retired 2 years ago, and I asked her, I said, are you missing the kids or the school yet? She said, I don't miss the school, but I sure do miss them kids. And I was like, well, when you do it for 20, 25 years, they become your kids too. It's like yesterday, my grandson, my youngest grandson, He graduated from pre-K yesterday. And them teachers, hey Peggy, how you doing, beautiful? Hey Crystal, hey girl, welcome, welcome. And if any of y'all are new and it's first time seeing me, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd hit that follow button. You know, the Book of Faces has a tendency to unfollow y'all. Okay, I went ahead and took one of those little, kind of looks like a coffee stirrer, and I cut it down. You can see that right there. And for the handles for the door, and I painted them gold. So we are going to, I think I'm going to use the wood glue on that. I'm going to use the wood glue. Oop, don't get too carried away. Don't get too carried away. Let me see if I can get these on here without dropping them and making a mess and all the things. Ooh-wee. Yep, there's one. Hey Jackie, how you doing? How you doing, sweet sister? So like I said, up after me is Lindell's with Lindell's Craft Escape. And then after Lindell is Robin, the Nesting by Robin. At 6 is Mickey's Creative Craft Corner. At 7 is Crafty Kitty with Jackie. At 8 is Amy Farrell Arts. And at 9 is Miss Allison's Accents and Decor. Oop, got a little bit too much glue on that one. Let me get that off of there. There we go. Whoop. And I moved the other one. And now it's shining all the glue too. Get back up there where you belong. We'll just quit messing with it. Now, I took one of these little oval rounds or oval wood pieces, and I did this yesterday, and I just put some lines on it and then colored in the boxes so it kind of looks like stained glass. And I was thinking about putting that right here in the middle, because you know all churches have stained glass. All churches, 90% of them have stained glass in them. I know ours does. All the windows on the sides of the church are stained glass, and they're beautiful, especially when the sunlight shines through them at certain times of the day. You know, they're very, very pretty. But I'm not talented enough to do all that fancy stuff. So I just did what I thought looked like a stained glass window. We're gonna put that right there. And then I took some more of these jumbo sticks, and I cut them down, just the tops of them, and made them look like regular windows that the lights are on. And we're gonna put those on there, okay? And then I also have some more of those little stirrers that I cut to make it look like the windowsill on the window. So we're gonna do that too. You're still on your bus, waiting for afternoon dismissal. Ah, boy, they get out late, don't they? They don't get out as early as ours do. Don't get out as early as ours do. But you on Eastern time, or you on Central time? Look at there, my window's gonna cover up my pretty chippy right there. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Hey Julie, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. And we got 3 more minutes, and we're gonna start auctioning this off. And I am going to put this on the board, and I'm gonna add some greenery to it. Let me kind of see what we got going on here. Want them kind of spaced about the same distance apart, right? We don't want them all cattywampus. And I'm going to take some wood glue here, wood glue there, and then hot glue, and we're going to put the little windowsill on here. See if I can get that lined up right. You're on Central Time. Aha. So it's actually 3 o'clock, not almost 4 o'clock. Ooh, look at that glue coming out everywhere. Coming out everywhere. Get back up there. Get that glue off of there. Put one more windowsill on, and I still got to put the cross, but I'm going to have to paint that. Again, it needs another coat, but I'll show you what I'm going to do with it so that you'll know what you're bidding on. And remember, this all proceeds go to Miss Mandy for her financial expenses for her surgery, because the insurance isn't paying like they should be, which is crazy. But I've got a resin cross here, and I painted it one coat of gold, and it's going to go up here at the top like so. It's going to go up there at the top like so. Okay, so we're going to paint that again, but I need to paint it before I put it on. Let me grab my board back, and we'll go ahead and put it on the board. And we're going to put that down here all the way to the bottom. Okay, so let's put that on. Let's use, again, we're going to use the wood glue as well as the hot glue. We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. And I've got, I think I'm going to put some Sweet Annie on it and a small bow, because I don't want to take away from the actual church itself. And I have a tag that I did up that's going to go on there as well, and it has, I got it from Michelle's Crafty Basket Case. She does printables as well, and she did a bunch of them with scripture and stuff on them, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Let me get it back over here in the middle. I'm gonna push her down. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, thank you. Now this is my little tag that's gonna go in the middle of the greenery that I'm gonna put on there, and probably a couple of flowers, maybe not a bow. And it says, "The Lord is my strength." He's mine. I know that. He's mine. So this is what I've got. And like I said, I'm going to put a little bit of greenery on it, or some Sweet Annie on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up here at the top or at the bottom. But then the tag's going to go on there as well. And then this cross, once I get it painted another coat, it's going to go right here in the middle, like so. So let's go ahead and get started. I need Miss Ollie. Are you gonna be my start and stop? Girl, you gonna be my start and stop? And I'll go ahead and start painting on this. And then, like I said, I will be paying for shipping. You will not be responsible for the cost of the shipping. All you would be responsible for is the bid that you've won on the actual item. So, hey Mandy, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Praying for you, sister. Praying for you. Okay, I am painting this in the Folk Art Treasure Gold so that it will stand out. So it will stand out. Ollie, are you going to... Okay, there you go. Okay, y'all go ahead and start bidding. Let's start this off at... let's start with 20. It's a good cause, y'all. You know, that's one thing I can say about this group. We are a group, a community of unity. Everybody that, when there's somebody that needs help, we are always there to put out a helping hand and be there for one another. So we're starting it off. Let's start off at 20. I paid $14 for the board on the back, y'all. So, you know, it's well worth it, and it's even more so worth it because it's helping out a fellow creative, a fellow sister in Christ. You know, So I appreciate y'all. Anybody, if you don't want it, I will send the money directly to Miss Mandy. But, you know, to me, when we're going through a hard time, we always seem to turn to the Lord when we're going through a hard time. But it's even in the good times that He's always there. He's always there. And we can lean on Him at all times, you know. And I get my strength from God. And if it wasn't for me going to church and being taught the Word and more about Christ, that I would have never been known what to do to become saved, to become a child of God. And you get that from church. You get that from church. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy's got it for 20. Anybody else? Anybody else? We got 1 minute left. We got 1 minute left. I greatly appreciate y'all for being here and helping out Miss Mandy. I'm sure she is very, very thankful. And like I said, I will be adding more. I will be adding some greenery and probably a small bow, maybe some flowers up here in the corner. And this is just a gentle reminder of who we turn to when we're in need. And it's, you know, and it's not just in the good times, it's in the bad times too. Joyce says 25. Thank you, sister. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I thank you. I thank you, thank you. So anybody else? We almost out of time. We are almost out of time. It's 4 o'clock. So Miss Ollie, would you put in our stop? Miss Ollie, would you put in our stop, please, ma'am? Thank y'all so very much for being here. Thank you for the support for the group as well as Mandy and helping her out. I love each and every one of y'all. I truly, truly do. And I thank God that God put y'all in my life. He put me here for a reason. He put me here for a reason, and that's because we all share the love of the Lord, and we're here for each other. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you cannot bid and you cannot pay for anything, all you can do is just pray for somebody, because that is very, very important. Okay, there we go. That's what that cross is going to look like on the top. I don't have it glued on there yet, but you see how bright it is? So that's what I got. I appreciate y'all being here. Joyce, you've got it for 25, girlfriend. Send me a screenshot of where you paid for it and your mailing address, and I will get it shipped out to you tomorrow. I love y'all. Y'all go give Miss Lindell the same love. Hey, Robin, I'm finishing up, girlfriend. I love y'all. Bye for now.